Guys, this is absolutely insane. This is crazy, okay? So now the author of Kim Porter's book, memoir, Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side, says he doesn't even know if the book is true. Like, what? He says he didn't fact check the book. Like, what? So you dropped people's names. You specifically said in that book that Albie Shaw was sleeping with Diddy or had a sexual encounter with Diddy, so much so that Kim ran out because she was disgusted at how these two men were into each other instead of them being into Kim. Now you're saying you don't know? You claimed that Kim slept with Tupac and that Diddy wanted to whip out his thing for Tupac to see so they can play measurements, who can pee feather, and that Diddy wanted to sleep with Tupac and Tupac said, hell no. Now listen, you guys, I put out a video today showing you guys all the work this guy attaches himself to. What I'm telling you right now just was published by the Neighborhood Talk 29 minutes ago, and the time right now is 6:13 p.m. Eastern time. My video came out in the morning, right? And I told you guys, look here, I may be a small YouTuber, but some of us can do research, okay? I even gave you the names of all the things this author has attached his name to. He has attached his name to. We're going to read exactly what he told who interviewed him. Who interviewed him? I think Rolling Stone or something like that. But we're going to get to exactly what he said. He doesn't know if it's true. He's basically saying, I put out lies. I don't know, but I put out lies. You're destroying people's lives, right? And I even said in my last video, it's so disheartening to me how people can come to this community and make a quick dollar. And it's easy for us to fall for these things. We had creators making videos, reading this book out loud, chapter by chapter. Right? And you guys fell for it, hook and sink, however that saying goes. Just fell for it. Because some of these creators don't really care. They just care about the click and the view. Look here, I want to click on the view too. But I'm not willing to just lie for a click on the view. But anyway, so now it's a lie. Right? But most of us suspected these things did not sound right. There is a reason why some of us, even though we saw the book, we had access to it, we didn't run up here and start reading. We needed some other people to come and collaborate some of the things in this book. All right? Okay, so this is what the Neighborhood Talk is saying. Excuse me. Author behind the viral Kim Porter memoir says he's not even sure the story is real. What? Come again? Okay, you're not sure if it's real? And you pride yourself in being an investigative journalist? You pride yourself in finding out the accomplice to O.J. Simpson? You pride yourself in knowing who powed J.F. Kennedy and that the person who was accused was not really the one accused? You pride yourself in solving John Benet Ramsey's death, which he didn't. What I'm trying to say is he claims all these things, right? And the only reason why he's coming out and saying, I don't even know if those words in that book are really Kim's lost words, is because Albie Shaw said, I'm suing you for claiming that I was sleeping with Diddy. I'm going to sue you. And you know, the burden of proof, it has to be on that guy to show that he was sleeping with Diddy. So now he's backing away. I want him to go ahead and sue this guy. I want even Kim's daughters, all of Kim's 4 children, to sue this guy and sue Amazon too, so that Amazon does not give him a dime of any of the proceeds from this book. so he can learn his lesson that he can't always attach himself to these popular cases and make money. They need to move quickly, sue him, and tell Amazon to freeze all the proceeds from the sale of this book until the case is settled in court. And guess what? He will never see a dime of it. Okay, I hope they have to sue him. Okay, anyway, so he says, the author behind the viral Kim Porter memoir says he's not even sure the story is real. It's real enough to me. So his delusion tells him it's real, it's good enough to put out. I didn't ask too many questions. How are you an investigative journalist that doesn't ask questions, right? Listen, I get frustrated with things like this because I see it on YouTube time and time again where people get interviews and they fail to do follow-up questions. Like, I know we are just YouTubers. We're not trained journalists at all, okay? Nothing close to a trained journalist. But if we're going to be putting out information, we have a certain responsibility. We are forced to rise to a certain level and be respectful of the audience. Anyway, so here is what the Neighborhood Talks write-up says. This is beyond crazy. Absolutely. The internet has been on fire after a memoir titled Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side hit Amazon. Well, it turns out things may not be what they seem, as the actual publisher is even unsure of the authenticity of the book. Look here. And you paid your money. If you bought this book, you paid your money, however much it was. You paid your money to read this book. Forget the YouTubers that paid the money, right? The YouTubers are doing it for a click and a view. I'm a YouTuber, I know. Okay? We don't care how much they spend. They could have bought 100 books, don't care. But you, the viewer, paid money. And this guy is saying, oops, those could be lies. I didn't even check if they were lies. And I said in my video earlier, why do we allow people to do this? Why do we allow people to treat us like we don't have brains? Okay. Chris Todd released the project under an alias Jamar T. Millwood that featured no previous works. Why? Why does Jamar T. Millwood have no other work that he has authored or worked on? Because it's an alias that this very man, Chris, he told one of the YouTubers, because a YouTuber let him up and sort of had an interview with him. And he was asked, and we didn't see his face in this interview, by the way. He was hiding his face. And he was using the name Jamar because he wants us Black people, when we see this name, to say, oh, this must have been written by a Black man or a Black person. Therefore, this person knew Kim. Therefore, the words in this book are true. Again, they're taking us for stupid. The fact that he went to this extent of using a Black sounding name is actually insulting, right? But even Chris Todd is an alias, I heard. So nobody really knows what his name is, but I included his face in my previous video. If you guys want to see what this guy really looks like, a white guy at that, you can watch one of my previous videos, okay? Where I'll be sure called him out. Now we're seeing the change in story. I'll be sure called him out. And Al says this author, this guy, was working or is working with the agency that worked with Diddy to delete Kim Porter. Let's get into that. Not right now, okay? Maybe later on. Anyway, so back to the name. He claimed when he was being interviewed on this YouTube channel, I think it's Nyla, I don't remember. She used to be Cynthia G's good friend. I don't think they're friends anymore. Anyway, Excuse me. I'm hungry. She used to be Cynthia G's friend or acquaintance. I don't know if they're friends anymore. I don't think so. But she spoke to him. We didn't see his face. I could tell he was white. She asked him if his name was really Jamal. And he said, it's an alias. And he chose that name because that's an alias Tupac used as well, right? Now, this story of this name that allegedly Tupac used, Jamal T. Millwood, according to what is being said on these social media streets, because I don't know, so allegedly, there was a time Tupac was informed that people were trying to take him out, so he kind of used the alias Jamal or something like that, right? I don't understand, but this guy maybe knows the history of that name, but he actually said it out of his own mouth when his book dropped and he was trying to sell the book by going from one YouTube channel to the next, to the next, to the next. But what happened is only one YouTube channel, Nyla's channel, accepted him. All the other channels he went to while they were live, they dropped him. They didn't accept him. And I think they didn't accept him because they didn't believe that he was the author. He actually said that. I'm trying to go to all these YouTubers that are live. And by the way, all of them were in the black tea sector that he was going to, right? And they're not accepting me, or the moment they pull me up, they drop me, right? They were probably pulling him up and just, once he spoke 1, 2, 3, they were like, get out of here. But she took him up and he was able to read parts of the book, a few parts. And that's where he disclosed how he came up with this alias, Jamal T. Millwood. Anyway, so he released the project under an alias, Jamal T. Millwood, that featured no previous works. Most people took the book's salacious claims as fact, or at least close to it, but with several grammatical errors, some remained unsure. Like some of us who had access to every word in that book, but did not run out here and read it, okay? Because we were like, question mark. It sounded good though, right? Because of what, you have to take everything in context. And I even said in my previous video, the way they marketed this book in concert with other white YouTubers, male white YouTubers, to get to the black sector of YouTube, my God. They just said, let's do this 1, 2, 3. They'll eat it up. And we ate it up. Okay. Anyway, Todd has now spoken to Rolling Stone and surprisingly revealed that he can't confirm if anything in the book is true. Apparently, he wasn't even able to fact check anything with the celebrities mentioned in the book, though he claimed to be an investigative journalist. Will Smith should sue him. Jada Pinkett Smith should sue him. Albie Shaw should sue him. Kim's children should sue him. Diddy should sue him from jail, too, for lying on his name. It doesn't matter what he's been accused of. At least that one story that he slept with Albie Shaw is not true. So both of them should sue him. After all, Diddy's going to need the money. So sue him. Okay? He goes on to say, if somebody put my feet to fire and they said, life or death, is this book true? I would have to say, I don't know. But it's real enough for me, Todd says. Sometimes you just have to put it out there. Maybe not 100% of the book is true, but maybe 80% is. That is to get those people to come forward, either collaborate or deny the claims, and that helps me as an investigator to know the truth. I didn't know that investigators rather fished for truth by throwing a wide net out there of lies and hoping that the truth comes to them. I thought being an investigator, especially an investigative journalist, is for you to go out looking for the truth, not to put out lies and hoping that somehow your lie will attract the truth. What? Todd claims the bulk of the book comes from details that were on flash drives given to him by two music industry sources. He's lying. He's lying. Because right now, people are questioning the authenticity of this book, right? And that's putting your character in question. And if you pride yourself that you are an investigative journalist, and now you have people coming out and saying those details in that book are not true, why are you still protecting these people who may have given you lies? It's because you're lying. Nobody in the industry gave you this information, in my opinion. And this is my opinion, okay? Opinions are not defamation. They said they had her flash drive. I didn't ask too many questions. Listen to that. They said they had her flash drive. And he said, I didn't ask too many questions about how they got it or where it did come from, he said. Nobody gave him this. This book was written in 2 days. And this book, he basically went and told AI the salacious details that he wants in the book. And he told AI to humanize the text, right? And he told the AI to make it like a reality show. And AI, boom, gave him this story. He quickly wrote the book and put it on Amazon. Maybe not 2 days because, I guess, the book physically had to be printed out, but this was quickly written. He may have had information that they are about to, no, let me see. I think once the feds raided Diddy's 2 homes, Miami, Los Angeles, he started working on things he can, make up, and was also reading everything that's online, and he made up these stories through AI. Okay? They go on to say, this is the neighborhood talk, to give you more context. Todd also claims he solved many other huge pop culture murder investigation like John Benet Ramsey and Nicole Brown Simpson. I told you that in my previous video before even the neighborhood talk said that, right? They probably saw my video because I named all the huge cases that he likes to attach his name to. JF Kennedy, O.J. Simpson, Jeffrey Epstein, right? He says he knows everything that happened on the island and what happened to Epstein. There's a famous Hollywood actress back in, who knows, before any of us were born. Her name was Natalie Wood. He claims to know and solved that case. John Benet Ramsey claims to have solved that case. Aaron Hernandez claims to have figured out what happened, like went inside Aaron's head and just extracted that information and then just told us this is exactly what happened. This is the kind of a person he is, and those are my opinions. And then he even solved the Zodiac killer's a case, right? And he came for us, right? And he came for us, and we allowed him to lie to us. And he sawed as much as he sawed. And this became a bestseller on Amazon because the content creators, especially on this platform, are so hungry for a click on the view that they, just like him, don't care the implications of the information they're putting out. They just ran with it. And because there was so much talk about this, and I know context, right? Diddy is in prison. He's one of the biggest celebrities. So there's all this hype around Diddy. So I can see how, people really wanted to know more information. And given that we don't believe the story that was given in how Kim died, because there are so many other people, like I'll be sure, saying she was taken out. So I can sort of understand why there was this fear of missing out. These are Kim's actual words. But guys, there were certain parts in that book that you even have to scratch your head. I know they're saying all these things about Diddy, and I know Diddy is really bad, and I know he's done things that just unspeakable, but for some reason, I don't believe this. Just like their stories I've seen on this platform, guys, thank you so much for listening to this channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let's talk about this in the comment section. Until the next one, bye.